believe abortion is wrong and should be made illegal in the United States. There are many reasons I feel this way. The most important reason is it is against God's will. It has many emotional side effects that the society tries to downplay. It also has many physical side effects that people need to be aware of. In my speech, I am going to point out the facts about why abortion is taking a life, the emotional effects it has, and the physical effects. In the end, I hope you will all see that abortion should be illegal in the United States, and we all need to be willing to take a stand. First, let me talk about why abortion is taking a life. The Bible tells us that children are blessings from God, and that God knows you before you are in the womb. Even early abortions are taking the life of an innocent child. A baby has a heartbeat at 6 weeks in pregnancy. Most people do not even know they are pregnant until after this point. I found out I was pregnant at 3 weeks with 2 different pregnancies and had to wait until 6 weeks to know if those pregnancies were viable. At 6 weeks, both pregnancies, the baby had a heartbeat and was starting to form. Many people will try to argue it is not taking a life unless the baby can survive outside the womb. But if God knows us before the womb, then He already has a plan for us. And no one should be allowed to take that away from the innocent and defenseless. The Bible tells us that we should protect the children, and that includes the unborn. People use abortion just to get out of responsibility. And if they are going to choose to have unprotected sex, then they should have to face the consequences of their actions. To prove this point, here are some statistics I found while researching. The number one reason women report having abortion is because they think a baby will interfere too much with their job, school, etc. The second reason is they cannot afford a child. The third reason that was given by women who had abortion is they do not want to end up being a single parent. Only 12% of women who had abortion said it was for medical reasons, and only 1% of women who had abortion reported being the victim of a rape. Most people who support abortion say women with medical problems or rape victims should be given a choice. As you can see from the statistics, women are taking advantage of their choice and being careless without worrying about consequences. There are also many emotional side effects that come with having an abortion. Society tends to downplay the emotional effects abortion can have on the mother. There are many women who believe they can handle having an abortion only to find out they are wrong. There are many emotional effects to having an abortion that many people are unaware of. Here are some of the effects that have been reported by women who have undergone abortions. There is grief, regret, depression, and in some cases, suicidal thoughts leading to suicide. Some women experience grief to the same degree as someone who has lost a child. It is a common effect that people underestimate. In fact, you are losing a child, and that can be harder to bear than people intend. Regret is another effect most people overlook. Many women have gone through an abortion only to find themselves in constant wonder of what could have been. This causes many women to wish they would have made a different decision. Some constantly wonder what their baby would have been like or looked like on the day their child would have been born. They tend to grieve. These feelings of grief and regret have caused many women to struggle with depression. In some cases, it was so hard for women to cope after going through this that they committed suicide. A lot of the suicide cases are when the mother is a teen and forced to have an abortion by her parents. While giving up a baby for adoption is not much easier, at least you would avoid feeling grief over ending a child's life. In addition to these emotional effects, abortions can also cause many physical problems for the mother. While many of these physical side effects are to be expected, there are some serious complications that many people are unaware of. Some people believe having an abortion is easy and pain-free, but that is not the case. Some of the more common physical side effects of abortion are abdominal pain and cramping, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and spotting or bleeding. These effects can range in intensity and are very uncomfortable and should be considered before making a decision. There are some more serious complications that can come from abortions as well. You can develop an infection or sepsis very easily, depending on where you have the procedure and what you come in contact with afterwards. Sometimes the cervix is damaged and may prevent women from having children in the future. This is especially important for women who want to have children later in life. It is a very invasive procedure that can also cause damage to nearby organs. You must also be very aware of your own medical history. If you have other conditions that can interfere with this kind of procedure, it would be crucial to know in advance. Abortion has even caused death in some women who had unknown underlying conditions. It is important to get the facts before making this decision. By choosing to be pro-life, these are consequences you will not have to face. I hope my speech has given you good information and allowed you to see that abortion is wrong and should be made illegal in the United States. I have shown the negative effects abortion has on the mind, body, and soul. We need to all be willing to stand up for those who are innocent and cannot defend themselves. If we do not speak out for the babies that are lost, then no one will.